After nearly 20 years, another new glitch has been discovered in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. The glitch allows you to revive a single fossil an infinite number of times. So like, this dome fossil can turn into an unlimited number of Kabutos. In this video, I'll explain how to perform the glitch, why it works, and whether or not this glitch is even useful. Let's get into it. Last week, I received a message from Vitalia on Twitter, explaining that they found an undocumented fossil glitch in Pokemon Platinum. They also provided step-by-step instructions to recreate the glitch, and explained that they discovered the glitch by poking around the Pokemon Platinum decompilation project. When I got Vitalia's message, I immediately started testing and searching and found that I was able to recreate the glitch in not only Pokemon Platinum, but Diamond and Pearl as well. That seemed pretty promising, so I also tested it in HeartGold and SoulSilver, but I wasn't able to recreate it in those games. Unfortunately, I also had to try it out in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl since other bugs from the originals are present in those games. I ended up mining for like 2 hours without getting a single fossil, so I eventually just begged people to trade me so I didn't have to keep playing these games for another second. When I finally got enough fossils to test, I couldn't recreate the glitch, so I suffered for nothing. I also tried to find any reports of someone experiencing this glitch online, but I didn't have any luck, and you'll probably see why in a bit. Okay, let's just run through a quick example of what we're working with, then I'll explain everything. First, we enter the Orberg Mining Museum, and talk to the Fossil Revival Guy. We tell him we want to revive a fossil, and this menu pops up. Take note of specifically the last fossil in the list, which in our case is the Skull Fossil. Then we back out of the menu, find the Skull Fossil in our bag, and give it to one of our Pokemon. Talk to the scientist again, say yes, and instead of backing out by pressing B, go to the cancel option and press A. Instead of getting mad at you, he'll take a fossil, despite not actually selecting one. When we leave in return, he gives us a brand new Cranidos, despite the fact that he never took the Skull Fossil, because our Pokemon is still holding on to it. And that's it, that's the glitch. But why does this work? What's going on here? Well, first, it's actually not really a fossil glitch, it's an issue with how this specific menu was programmed. When you first open the fossil menu, the game takes note of which fossils you have and stores that info. So in the previous example, it marks that I have all of these fossils. This data is not cleared by subsequent menu openings. So what happens if you remove a fossil from your bag, either by trashing it or giving it to one of your Pokemon? If we give the Skull Fossil to a Pokemon and open the museum menu again, we see that the fossil we got rid of is no longer on the list. But because the initial data hasn't been cleared, the game does think we still have it. In this new menu, the cancel option shares the same position as the Skull Fossil in the old museum menu. So, when we select the cancel option, the game uses the old data, sees we selected the Skull Fossil slot, and continues on to revive it. While the game does try to remove the fossil from your inventory, since it's not there, nothing happens. I should point out the issue is specifically with the cancel option. For example, selecting the Helix fossil would always take and revive your Helix fossil. Since the order I showed you in that first menu is set, meaning this is always the order the fossils will appear in, which fossils you have in your bag at any given time matters a lot. If the fossil you're trying to glitch isn't at the bottom of the menu, you need to store or trash your other fossils until it is. If there's only one fossil in your bag, he'll just take it without prompting a menu, and if there's only 2 fossils in your bag, you would stash one fossil and only be left with the other one. This means you'll need at least 3 different fossil types to perform the glitch, and 2 of them have to be above the fossil you're trying to glitch in this menu. Let's say I want to revive my single claw fossil a bunch of times with the glitch. Looking at the menu order, the Old Amber, Helix, Dome, and Root fossils all come before it. This means that I need at least 2 of these fossils in my bag. Additionally, the Armor and Skull fossils come after the Claw fossil, so I can't have any of those. So, in this case, one way to set up the glitch would be to store my Armor and Skull fossils in the PC, and keep all my other fossils. If I wanted to infinitely revive my Dome fossil, my only option would be to keep the Old Amber and Helix fossil, and store everything after the Dome fossil. Notably, this glitch does not work with the Old Amber or Helix fossil. This is because the order is set, and you need it to be in the 3rd slot in the menu. And unfortunately, the Old Amber and Helix fossil are always in the first 2 slots in the menu. Sorry, Lord Helix. Okay, after messing with this glitch a bunch, I had to ask myself, is this glitch even useful? I mean, if you just want a bunch of Kabutos without grinding for the fossils themselves, then sure? I don't know, you do you. Honestly, the best use case for this is Living Dex stuff, since you can get like 1 Kabuto to keep and 1 to evolve, without needing to breed or get multiple fossils. I also investigated whether or not this would save time for shiny hunting. I timed the 2 main fossil shiny hunting methods, as well as shiny hunting with this glitch, and unfortunately it's just not worth it with the glitch. The extra menu fiddling makes it way slower than just single fossil resets. But if you want to use the glitch to shiny hunt and keep all the Pokemon you revive, go for it. So yeah, yet another glitch found in these nearly 20-year-old games. Not the most useful one, but I really wanted to share because it's just so easy for anyone to try out. Ultimately, the fossil selection menu was programmed weirdly, but it would have been fine if they just cleared the data whenever you opened it. They missed the edge case created by removing fossils from your bag, therefore creating this glitch. It doesn't seem like any other menu in the game exhibits similar behavior, so this might be the only menu glitched in this way. I was also really surprised this wasn't found earlier. In Gen 4, it's pretty uncommon to have to rely on a decompilation rather than someone just experiencing it in-game. But for this, it just requires some extremely specific user behavior. Like, has anyone ever even thought of trashing a fossil or giving it to one of your Pokemon in any context? Let alone specifically in this room after opening and closing this menu. And even if you did all of this, you'd have to open the menu again and specifically press cancel, not B, to see the glitch in action. It's kind of exciting to think about how many more glitches exist in these games that we simply haven't found yet because of niche little interactions like this. Let me know if you're going to try out the glitch in any of these games. I asked this in another glitch video, but to reiterate, if you experience any strange glitchy behavior in these games and can't find anything about it online, please let me know in the comments. Big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. If you would also like to support my research and archiving efforts, you can check me out at patreon.com/etchy. Special shoutouts to Frorio, Mithrostaken, Verota, Fuzzy Hugs, Pastel Punk, Birder, PSF, and Askenhawk for your support. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.